If you had to pick between being held for ransom for 2 days and listening to this album 2 days straight, you really might want to go with the legitimate ransom option, man. As long as they're not hooking your nuts up to a car battery like... What's up, everyone? It's Luke James, not the singer. If you're looking to get your music reviewed, you can hit up this email. That's right here. But today, I'm just going to hit you up with a quick rant review for this Mike Will Made It album called Ransom 2. Now, of course, Mike Will Made It is known for being a super producer who's made a ton of hits, including Kendrick's latest track, Humble. So going into this project, if you know his style, where he makes those trappish bangers and spacey songs, you're not expecting a whole lot in the way of lyrics and content. And you damn sure don't get that on this one, which is pretty clear when you look at the track listing and see names like 21 Savage, Future, etc. Like, these are guys who aren't known for coming through with some groundbreaking content. So really, you are just going to get those spacey bangers and trappish sounds, which might be good enough if that's all you want. And for the most part, you're just going to get what you expect from a lot of these artists. I would say that Big Sean probably has one of the best tracks with On the Come Up, where he's showing some nice flows over this operatic banger, although, you know, I'm not a Big Sean fan really, so that's not enough of a saving grace. And then you have Young Thug just doing his normal screeching and wailing shit on What You Want, where we get one of the Cut's worst productions with this little piano beat that goes on kind of dully and just slow. I don't know if dully is a word, but I'm just saying the piano beat is damn dull. There's not much to this shit. And you got Future just futuring his way through Razzle Dazzle, which has a bit of a video game feel to it, so that was cool. But with all the Future songs we've gotten lately, I mean, this is just another one to throw in the pile. So there really wasn't a whole lot here that was blowing me away. But goddamn, there are some 100% dumpster juice with extra pulp features all over this thing, man. You got Rihanna doing her generic trap star impersonation on Nothing Is Promised. Then, of course, you have this guy, Fortune, who sounds like he's reading his rhymes in his sleep on Oh Hi Hater. It's just absolutely drowsy and boring. And Lil Yachty, goddamn Lil Yachty just seems to get worse every single time I hear him. And to me, it's kind of impressive, like those NBA players who get paid millions but can't hit a damn free throw. I will say that I kind of respect Yachty for not giving a fuck, because he calls out all the people who are hating on him, including the old heads. He says he's going to fuck their daughters. And of course, he says he doesn't give a fuck about making sense in his rhymes, because that's boring. So he's really embraced all the garbage that is being thrown at him. And hey man, Oscar the Grouch lives in garbage, and it's worked out pretty good for him. So I guess Lil Yachty embracing the trashiness is something that's going to work out for him as well. Then you got Lil Wayne just mumbling and auto-crooning on Faith. So this is that terrible Lil Wayne that so many of us are tired of. But even worse than him is this Hoodie Baby character who has auto-tune on his verse, but isn't even doing any sort of sing-songy flow or anything that makes it make sense. It just sounds so damn pointless, man. And it's not gonna help like trying to eat some damn tomato soup with a butcher's knife. So that track was awful. One of my least favorites. Really didn't like that Hoodie Baby verse at all. It's in the running for maybe the worst verse that's on this whole thing. And even Kendrick Lamar had to dumb himself down on Perfect Pint to fit in with Gucci Mane and Ray Sremmurd. Of course, this one is kind of a decent, spacey banger, so I'm not expecting Kendrick to go into Pimp a Butterfly mode on this thing. But still, it's not one of those verses that you get from Kendrick where you're just stunned and you're left like, oh shit, this is why he's the best in the game. It's really just a forgettable verse on a forgettable track, so I wasn't a big fan of that one at all, man. There wasn't much on this project that really had me excited and had me wanting to come back to it. I mean, Kendrick still had one of the better verses on here, but when you look at the track listing and who's featured, I mean, he doesn't have to do much in order to have one of the better verses. Same with Big Sean. It's kind of like if a cheetah was running a 100-meter dash against a bunch of salmon. He could just walk and he's still gonna win. Other than that, you have Pharrell and Station Wagon P coming through with this hazy, Kid Cudi-esque vibe on Aries. So that one was kind of wavy, and I could see people maybe appreciating that. And Ears actually had some bars on Emotions Unlocked. I think he had some of the better verses on this whole project, although I wasn't a big fan of the hook because he's just doing this whispery, weird sort of thing that didn't sound that great. But I still think that was a pretty dope track. I liked what he did. So there are these little sprinkles of decentness throughout here, but it's really not enough to make it better. I mean, it's like if someone served you a plate of shit and you you put a bit of sugar on top. You're still not really going to want to eat it or come back to that goddamn thing. And that's how I feel about this project, man. It's not all out trash. I would give it a 2 out of 5. There are a couple things here, and again, if you like spacey bangers and trappish sounds, you might appreciate some of this. But really, it's just a long project that drags on. And even though they're not saying anything on pretty much this whole project, I wouldn't mind that if the verses had some more energy and the bars were actually a little bit better, because most of the verses on here are just extremely forgettable. Nothing new, fancy, or special from these artists. You just kind of get what you get when you see who's featured. So, 2 out of 5 seems fair to me, but maybe you think I'm being too harsh, and if you love it, hit me up in the comment section and let me know. Or maybe if you didn't like it, you can let me know that as well. But that's all I got to say about it. Let me know in the comment section, like I said. And of course, make sure you do all that good YouTube and social media stuff, man, where you like my videos, you share them, you follow me on Twitter, you retweet the videos, and of course, you got to subscribe to my channel and click like on that Facebook page. Thank you for watching, everybody. I will see you next time.